is cooking.
Hello, welcome to Rock Report. I'm Will Shannon, this is Coach Rock. And Coach Rock, just after a devastating loss against Parkview, how are y'all going to bounce back from this loss?
Yeah, you can't get too low or too high. Especially you got another regular season game to go. So we got another regular season game to go. Another rival, crosstown rival against Hot Springs. So it was a tough loss, but we got to get as they say, circle the wagons and get ready for Hot Springs.
Yeah, and then after the Joe T loss a couple of weeks past, y'all came out beating Camden going in the conference. So yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, man. You got to get yourself ready to go, for the next challenge. And you can't get down on yourself, even though it was a tough loss, and we had our moments and our chances, but we got to get ready for Hot Springs.
Yeah, what are some things that you're going to have to tweak up in practice and maybe fix coming off the
The defensive side, the biggest thing is the tackling. We got to finish the tackle. We were getting there on our assignments, but wasn't finishing the tackle. And those guys are very, very explosive, very good. Offensively, when we get in the red zone, we got to score, And then, now the only really bright spot that we had was special teams. We got a block kicked, and they didn't score a special teams touchdown on us like they have in the past couple of years. So special teams was a good spot for us this past week.
Yeah, and looking back at that game, penalties pretty much killed y'all, and I want to see your perspective on that and how that went.
Yeah, as far as the penalties are concerned, I have to say the referees did a good job actually calling the game, man. We got some holding calls in some situations that was bad, and they got some holding calls too, man. So as far as the penalties, I thought the referees called it fair right down the middle. Now, did I want them to throw those flags on some of our long runs? No, but I say they did a great job out there.
And another problem was getting off a field on third down. And how are you gonna fix that for defense?
Yeah, mainly just like I said, tackling, man. Finishing our tackles on defense is the main thing. And anytime you play defense, trying to stop those explosive plays, that's the biggest thing. So, and we had some great series, but it was especially in the first quarter was the biggest one. Missing those tackles. If you could take just one of those touchdowns away, and it's a 14-point instead of 21. It helps out a lot. So
yeah, and obviously you play Hot Springs this week, last conference game of the year. And what does Hot Springs bring to the table this year?
Yeah, I've been here for a long time, man. It don't matter if we are undefeated or if if either side is having a good year, man. Throw the records out. It's Hot Springs versus Lakeside, so it's gonna be a battle.
Yeah, and how do you want to end off conference play?
With the motivation, playing a good game out there, it's senior night as well. So all those things are in my mind, and of course in the players' mind too. But the biggest thing is to come out of here healthy and get ready for the playoffs and play a really good competitive Hot Springs team.
Yeah, like what you're saying, for senior night and stuff. What senior have you seen grown throughout the season or off season, summer?
All of them, man, because they all got they different, things that they're good at, things that they're not so good at. But us as coaches, watching them improve, from being a sophomore when they could only lift 115 pounds to now, Parker, Chun, and all those guys been able to lift and be strong and actually get in the rotation and play and be starters. When at one point in time, they were this big around and just trying to get through practice, and now they're one of the best teams in Arkansas. So.
Here now we have senior linebacker Elijah Witherspoon and Spoon. Before each game, how do you get yourself locked in and stuff?
Before the game, I like to kind of just chill by myself, listen to my music, watch a little bit of film, try to see any other keys I can get before the game.
Mm-hmm. And, after this loss against Parkview, what are you in the defense doing to get yourself better after that loss?
Honestly, we're just trying to work on the basics, speed up the pace a little bit, because obviously Parkview, they're a fast team compared to what we've been playing against. But yeah, just pick up the pace, do everything right, the right way.
And the last question is, how do you feel about going into the playoffs, you know, and what, like, are y'all getting ready and stuff?
I'm excited. I think that we just need to take it week by week, try not to look into the future, take out each team week by week, and just put in the work.
Now we have senior wide receiver Ben Vincent. You know, Ben, you've had a pretty solid season this season so far, and how are you going to continue your play and keep playing like you do?
I think just taking each week seriously and then practicing hard. I think that's the biggest thing is practicing hard. That means you play hard in the game, and that's the biggest thing for our offense too.
And you know, like, what coach has impacted you this season so far?
What coach has impacted me the most? Coach Masters. You know, he's been my guy since sophomore year. I don't know. He motivates us and he keeps us on our toes. You know.
Yeah. And, you know, going to the last game of conference play, and how do you feel about Hot Springs' defense?
I think Hot Springs defense, that's their best part of their team. I think if we take them serious and practice hard, I think we can take them. I mean.
Now we have our final interview, Parker Chun, senior defensive lineman. And you know, Chun, you changed positions in the middle of the year, and how's that affected you, your play so far?
In all honesty, I think moving more interiors helped me out. We've got a solid D-line. We got Miles Macon, and then me, and then Walker DeLong. Walker DeLong filled my spot pretty well. I think the whole defense is pretty proud of the way that the D-line's turned out throughout the season. So moving in to nose guard, honestly, it just helped me.
And another question is, how do you feel about Hot Springs' offense, and what do they bring to the table? And yeah.
So Hot Springs offensive lines, they are a bunch of big boys, I can't lie, but with our defensive line and our speed, I think we're much better and we're a lot quicker. They just like to lean on you because they're big. But our strength and our quickness is definitely a lot better than their offensive line. I think we can take them down pretty easily.
And the last question, like I asked Spoon earlier, you know, how's the trenches and the D-line getting ready for the playoffs and stuff?
Like Spoon said, we just got to take it one game at a time. I think if you just look into the future, you know, it kind of messes you up. So you gotta worry about what's in front of you and then take down what's in front of you and then move on to the next thing. So.
All right. Thank you for watching the Rock Report. I'm Will Shannon. Back to you, Penny and Dylan.